ኦኬ ውድ ተማሪዎች እንኳን ወደ አሊ ሳይንስ በሰላም መጣችሁ። Today we will discuss on final exam from freshman economics for all Ethiopian university students with answer. We will discuss on it. برتو تقاليكو بقى gara Aliyi science tube channel nagaan dhuftan isinin jecha. So don't forget like, subscribe my channel. Let us start our discussions. Part 1, write true if statement is correct or false if statement is incorrect. Question number 1, during high unemployment, contractionary fiscal policy is recommended. So the answer is false, because let us see the explanation. In contractionary fiscal policy, the government taxes more than it spends, either by increasing tax rates, decreasing spending, or both. This type of fiscal policy is best used during time of economic prosperity. So the answer is false. Question number 2, decreasing required reserve ratio is an expansionary monetary policy measure. The answer is true. Let us explanation. A reduction in required reserve ratio from 20 to 10% is an expansionary monetary policy, because it implies that banks are required to keep a lower proportions of a total deposit in the form of reserves, freeing up money to be given out as loans for credit creations. So the answer is true. Question number 3, in the short run, perfectly competitive firm is making only normal profit. Short run perfectly competitive firm is making only normal profits. The answer is false, because still no, in short run it is possible to for an individual firm to make an economic profit, not only making normal profit. So the answer is false, but in long run the firm will make only normal profit. አሁን ሶስተኛ ጥያቄ ላይ የተቀረበው ሎንግ ራን ብሎ ቢመጣ እውነት ይሆን ነበር ማለት ነው። So the answer is false. In long run, the firm will make only normal profit. Zero economic profit. Economic profit cannot be sustained ይሆናል ማለት ነው in long run. So guys ተደፋረ ከነው ዲያቴ short run በከጀው ከነው long run ጀለ ነው ጋፈተ እውነት ይሆን ነበር ኡጋታ ቱረቹ. So let us question number 4. Duopoly is a special type of oligopoly in which there are only two firms. So the answer is true. Let us see explanation. A special type of oligopoly in which there are only two firms in the market is known as duopoly. So the answer is exactly perfect true. Question number 5, shutdown point is a point at which price is equal to minimum of marginal cost. So the answer is false. Let us explanation. The shutdown point denotes exact moment when companies or marginal revenues is equal to a variable marginal cost. In other words, it occurs when marginal costs become negative. The short run shutdown point of competitive firm is output level at the minimum of average variable cost curve. So the answer should be false. Question number 6. Under perfectly competitive markets, price is greater than average revenue but lower than marginal revenue. The answer is false because let us see explanation. For a firm in perfectly competitive market, price is equal to both average revenue and marginal revenue. So it is false. Under a perfect competitive market, price is equal to both average of revenue and marginal revenue. So ጥያቄ ላይ የተቀረበው ምንድነው? ፕራይሱ ከአቨሬጅ ሬቬኒው እና እኩል ይሁን ግሬተር ይሁንና ከማርጂናል ሬቬኒው በታች ይሆናል ነው። ሶ ዘ አንሰር ኢዝ ፎልስ። እኩል በሁለቱም እኩል መሆን አለበት ማለት ነው። ፕራይሲንግ ከኝ average revenue fi marginal revenue qixxeeta'u in under perfectly competitive market keessatti jechuudha. So the answer is false. Question number 7. The exports is larger imports. When export is larger than import, then country is net leader in the global financial market. እኛ ከወደ ውጪ ምናመጣው ወደ ውጪ ከምንልከው ቢበልጥ ስለዚህ ካወር ካንትሪ ኔት ሊደሩ ግሎባል ፋይናንሻል ማርኬት ይሆን ነበር። answer is true. Set as explanation. If export exceed import, the country has a trade surplus and the trade balance said to be positive ይሆን ነበር ማለት ነው። ኤክስፖርቱ ወደ ውጪ የምንልከው ከወደ ውጪ ምናመጣው ቢበልጥ our trade ንግዱ ምን ይሆን ነበር? ፖዚቲቭ ነው የሚሆነው ማለት ነው። biyyalarraa kan fidnurra odoo ka biyyalaatti erginu caale kan caalu ta'e economic biyya keenya positive ta'a dhugaadha jechuudha gaaffii torba harka dhiyaate. Gin if import exceed exports, the country or area trade deficit ይሆን ነበር ማለት ነው። balancing ኢምፖርቱ ኤክስፖርት ቢበልጥ ከውጭ ሀገር እናመጣው ከወደ ውጭ ምንልከው ቢበልጥ ከውጭ የሚመጣው ቢበልጥ ንግዱ ኔጌቲቭ ውስጥ ይገባ ነበር። ኢንፍሌሽን ይመጣ ነበር ማለት ነው። ከብየ ለራፊኑ ከብየ ከኬስ ሀገር ላይ እርግኑ ይሆን ጫሉት ማልታ ኢኮኖሚክ ኔጌቲቭ ይዘናል። ትሬዲው ዲፊሲት ይሆን ነበር ወክታ አጀቹ። ሶ the answer is true. Question number 8. Cost push inflation results from rising of production. The answer is false. Let us explanation. Cost push inflation can occur when higher costs production decrease aggregate supply or the amount of total production in the economy. Since the demand for goods hasn't changed, the price increase from production are passed on to consumer, creating cost push inflation. So the answer is true. So number 9, break-even point is a point at which price is equal with average variable cost. The answer is false because let us explanation. The break-even point for a perfectly competitive firm is defined at the point where market price is equal to average total cost. So ጥያቄ ላይ አሁን equal to average variable cost በከጀሉ ከነት average total cost ብሎ ይመጣ ጀደው ደخلفተ ዱጋታቱ አይቹ pricing ከኛ break point ይረት pricing ከን ወልቂጤ ካልተውን አቨሬጅ ቶታል ኮስት ጀመለ አቨሬጅ ቫሪያብል ኮስት አይደለም ማለት ነው። ሶ the answer is false. When government revenue is less than government expenditure, there will be budget deficit. So the answer is true. Let us explanation. When government spends more than it is collected, it is taxes revenue, there is a deficit. Conversely, if more collected than spent, there is surplus. አሁን መንግስት የሚያገኘው ገቢ ከውጭ ከበለጠ የባጀት ውድቀት ይመጣል ነው። አዎ ትሩ ነው። ግን ገቢ ቢበልጥስ ከወደ ውጭ የሚያመጣው ኤክስፔንድ ከሚያደርገው ኮሌክት የሚያደርገው ታክስ ቢበልጥ ሰርፕላስ ወይ ደግሞ ኢኮኖሚኩ ፖዚቲቭ ወይ ባላንስድ ይሆን ነበር ማለት ነው። ሶ the answer is revenue ከኤክስፔንዲቸሩ በታች ስለሆነ ባጀት ዲፊሲት ይመጣል። እውነት ነው። ሶ the answer is true. Question part 2, choose the best answer. Question number 1. Which type of employment is more severe during seasons and depressions? A. Frictional. B. Structural. C. Cyclical. D. Normal. So the answer is C. Cyclical. Let us explanations. Cyclical unemployment generally rise during recessions and fails during economic expansions, and it is a major focus of economic policy. So the answer is C. Cyclical. Question 2. Under perfect competitive market, homogeneous product imply that A. Buyers do not distinguish between products supplied by various firms of an industry. B. Product of each firm is regarded as a perfect substitute for the products of other firms. C. No firm can gain any competitive advantage over the other firm. D. All. So the answer is all. D. This. Let us see explanation. Under perfectly competitive market, homogeneity of the product imply that buyers do not distinguish between products supplied by the various firms of an industry, and also it implies that product of each firm is regarded as a perfect substitute for the products of other firms. So therefore no firm can gain any competitive advantage over the other firm. So the answer is all. Question number 3. For you to be considered out of labor force, you can be a full-time student, be a full-time retiree, C. present, D. all of the above. So the answer is all of the above. ሁሉም ይሆን ነበር ሁሉም ነው ማለት ነው። ሁንዳችሁ ለደቢን so let us explanation. The answer is D. For you to be considered out of the labor force, you can be a full-time student and also a full-time retiree or presence and full-time volunteer or criminals. So the answer is D. all. Okay, question number 4. Which goods are supposed to be included in the CPI or Consumer Price Index? A. All goods and services produced in the economy. B. All goods and services that typically consumers buy. C. All goods and services in the investment component of the gross domestic product account. D. All the goods and but not service in consumption component of the gross domestic product account. Those answer is B. Let us explanation in consumer price index, all goods and services bought by consumers, which is found on B. This assigns fixed weight to be price of different goods. So, consumer price index is computed using fixed basket of the goods. In gross domestic product, price of all goods and services are produced. This includes only those goods produced domestically. Gross domestic product deflator allows the basket of goods to be changed over time as composition of gross domestic product changes. So the answer is B. Okay, question number 5. A monopoly is characterized by A. Free entry into and exit of firms from the industry. B. There is a single firm in the industry. C. All products have perfect substitutes. D. Absence of control over strategic raw materials or factor of production. So the answer is B, because let us see explanation in now. A monopoly characterized by there is a single firm in the industry, which is found on B. Under condition of poor monopoly, entry is totally blocked, not free. So A is not correct. All products have no close substitutes or goods. C is also not correct. If I let's want if there is a control over key raw materials. So the are created by efficiency and law or in public interest have legal restriction and also patent rights are guaranteed by government to firm to produce commodity of specified quality. ስለዚህ ይሄ ሁሉ የሞኖፖሊ መላወጭ ወይም ባራት ማርኬት ባራት ነው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ትክክለኛው ከዚህ ካራክተራይዜሽን ላይ ትክክለኛ ምርጫ ስለተቀረበው ቢ ላይ ያለው ነው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ገባ ሞኖፖሊ ማርኬት ከንጀንም አመሎን ሳኒ ሳን ኤክስፕላኔሽን የለተራን ከናቸው ነው። ስለዚህ ሳ ኤክስፕላኔሽን የለተራን ከና ከሳ kan filan ወረዳት ቢር ከንጅሩዳ so the answer is B. Question number 6. Gross domestic products of a nation include the following except one. A. All goods and services produced legally. B. Indirect business taxes. C. Imported goods and services. D. Depreciation. So the answer is C. Imported goods and services gross products ስር አይካተቱም ማለት ነው። Let us explanation. Gross products, gross domestic product, it is the total value of currently produced final goods and service produced, not imported, that the produced within the country boundary or legally. Export bill ሲላይ ይሆን ነበር ማለት ነው። Gross domestic products is equal to compensation of employee or wages and salary plus rental income plus interest income and also profit or profit plus corporate profit or plus indirect business tax, depreciation minus subsidies and also minus transfer payment. ስለዚህ ኢምፖርትድ ጉድስ ኤንድ ሰርቪስ ግሮስ ዶሜስቲክ ፕሮዳክት ስር አይካተቱም ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ the answer is C. Gross domestic product ጀለቲ ኢምፖርትድ ጉድ ኤንድ ሰርቪስ እንከንጀኑን እናማታም in odo export goods and services ሄዶ ከንጀሩታ ዴቢት አይትሬጅ so imported goods and services not included under gross domestic product. The answer is C. Okay, all of the following are true except one. ሁሉም እውነት ነው፣ አንዱ ግን አይደለም ነው። A firms earn above normal profit when average cost is less than price. B firm earn normal profit when total cost equal to total revenue. C firms earn zero profit when average cost is equal to price. D firms earn negative profit if and only if price is greater than average cost. So the answer is D. Let us see explanation now. Firm earn a normal profit when price is equal to average total cost. If the price that firm charges if higher is higher than average cost, the production for the quantity produced, then the firm profit margin is positive and it is earning economic profit. ስለዚህ ዲል ያለው it is not true. Conversely, if the price that firm charges is lower than average cost, the average cost of productions, the firm profit margin is negative and it is suffering an economic loss. And also, when price is equal to average cost, the economic profit is zero. So the answer is correctly D. Okay, question number 8. Which one of the following statement is true? A. Increasing government expenditure cause rises aggregate demand and increase consumptions. B. Increase money supply cause decrease in general price level. C. Decrease in tax lead to decrease in investment. D. An increase in tax rate leads to increase in investment. So except all are not true. So the answer should be A. Let us explanation. Increase government expenditure causes rises in aggregate demand and increase in consumptions, which lead to increased production and a faster recovery from the recessions. Increase in money supply cause increase in general price level, and when there is increase in price level, demand for money increase. Conversely, when there is decrease in price level, demand for money decrease. As tax level or rates decrease, investment or consumption increase, and vice versa. So the answer is A. Question number 9. Which of the following is false statement about the path of business cycle? A. During peaks there is high demand to invest, save and employ. B. During recessions unemployment rise. C. During recovery economic path unemployment decline and business expand. D. When economy is at trough inflations is the worst problem. So the answer is D is false. Inflation in trough economy cycle ውስጥ low inflation አለው እንጂ inflation አይደለም. Let us explanation. There are 4 phases of business cycle. 1. Boom or peak. B. Recessions or contractions. አንደኛው ምንድነው? ከአራቱ አንደኛ boom or peak የምንለው ነው። The top one is when business activity reaches at temporary maximum unemployment is low. Inflation high ይሆናል ማለት ነው። በዚህ ኢንፍሌሽኑ በጣም ወደስት ይሆናል ነበር። አሁን ፒክ ላይ ኢኮኖሚክ ስቶፕ ግሮዝ gross domestic product reaches at maximum high demand to invest, save and employ, business stop hearing ይሆናል ማለት ነው። And also cycle begins to contract and or shrink ይሆናል። In second one, in recessions or contractions, it is a decline in total output, unemployment rise ይሆናል and also inflation fails ይሆናል። Business cut production and lay off workers. Number of jobs decline. Unemployment increase. People are pessimistic and stop spending money. Banks limit loans. ይህ ሁሉ የሬሲሊየንስ ካራክተሪስቲክስ ነው ማለት ነው። ሶስተኛ ትራፍ ኦር ፕሪችንስ የምንለው is a bottom of resilience period. Stock price drop, unemployment high, but inflation is low. አሁን ዲ ላይ የተቀረበው ትራፍ ኢንፍሌሽኑ ሃይ ነው ነው inflation is low. The economic bottoms out, reaching its lowest point ላይ ነው ማለት ነው። It marks the end of recessions and the beginning of economic recovery expansions. አራተኛው ምንድነው? ሪከቨሪ እና ኤክስፓንሽንስ ነው። is when output is increasing, unemployment begins to fall, and later inflation begins to start rise. High demand for goods and more jobs. People are optimistic and spend money. Business start, more profit and higher stock value are there. High wages and lower unemployment. Resilience or expansion መገኘ ይሆናል ማለት ነው። So the answer is D. Question number 10. Consider the following information for a particular economy. Total population is equal to 60 million. Number of employment is 30 million and total labor force is 40 million, and natural rate of unemployment is equal to 12%. Then calculate unemployment rate in percent. So the answer is B. Let us see how this can be worked. Unemployment rate እኩል ይሆናል number of unemployment person divided by labor of force. unemployment rate ስለዚህ እኩል ይሆናል 30 40 ሲቀነስ 30 over 40 is equal to 25% ነው ማለት ነው። The answer should be unemployment rate 25% ነው። ግን ሳይክሊካል unemployment rate ብንጠይቅ ስለዚህ አሁን ያገኘው ቶታል አንኤምፕሎይመንት ሬቱ ያገኘ ነው 25% ሲቀነስ ናቹራል ሬት የተሰጠ ነው። ናቹራል ሬት አለ አንኤምፕሎይመንቱ ስለዚህ እሱን ቀንሳለን ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ሳይክሊካል አንኤምፕሎይመንት ሬት እኩል ይሆናል 25 ሲቀነስ 12 እኩል ይሆናል 13% ነው። አሁን ከዶ ሳይክሊካል አንኤምፕሎይመንት ሬት ያርጋችሁ ዳፌ ነምበር ኦፍ አንኤምፕሎይመንት ፐርሰንስ ሂሩ labor force it. ስለዚህ ዲደሚሽን ፐርሰንት ያርገና ይችላል። ገሩ ሳይክሊካል አንኤምፕሎይመንት ሬት ብንጠይቅ ያገኘ ነው አንኤምፕሎይመንት ሬቱ ሲቀነስ የተሰጠ ነው ናቹራል ሬት ኦፍ አንኤምፕሎይመንቱ ቀንሰን ሳይክሊካል አንኤምፕሎይመንት እናገኛለን ማለት ነው። So the answer is B, which is 25%. That is unemployment rate. Question number 11. Which market is characterized by large number of sellers and the differentiated product? A. Perfectly competitive. B. Monopoly. C. Oligopoly. D. Monopolistically competitive. So the answer is D. Let us explanation. There are 4 market models: poor or perfect competitions, monopolistic competition, oligopoly, and poor monopoly. ስለዚህ አሁን ጥያቄ ላይ ተጠየቅነው ከፍረከን ጋፈተም money large number of sellers ያለበት في differentiated product ያለው ኦኬን ከንቀሙ monopolistic competition ያያጀችው። So the answer is D. የቀሩትን በጣም ጠቃሚዎች ናቸው እነዚህ ጥያቄ ብዙ ጥያቄ ላይ ይወጣሉ በደንብ አንብቡ። under perfect competition ist ምን አለ እንደዛውም under monopolistic competition oligopoly poor monopoly የምንለው ስር ምን አለው የሚሉትን አንብቡ ካናፋንዶ ቢሳ ባየስን ፈየዶች። So question the answer is D. Let us question number 12. Consider 3 consumers goods 100 of good A, 100 of good B, 100 of good C in the base year. Good A sold at price 1 birr, good B sold at price 1 birr, good C sold at price 1 birr. In current year, good A sold at price of 3 birr and a good B sold at price of 5 birr and a good C sold at price of 10 birr. The consumer price index in percent for the current year is, so the answer is D. Let us see how it come. Explanation solution ነው. A given data 3 consumer goods ተሰጥቶናል. Good A, good B, good C, which are equal to 100. Price they are sold at base year and the current year is ABC 1 birr for base year, ABC for current year 3 birr, 5 birr and 10 birr. So consumer price index of current year equal to price of basket of the goods in the current year over price of basket of the goods in the base year times 100. So this is consumer price index of the current year equal to 3 plus 5 plus 10 over 1 plus 1 plus 1 times 100, which is equal to 18 over 3 times 100, which is equal to 6 times 100, which is equal to 600. So the consumer price index of current year is equal to 600. So እንዴት እንደመጣ አይታችኋል። ሶ ሌላ ጥያቄ ከተሰጣችሁ በዚህ መልክ መስራት አለባችሁ ማለት ነው። ሶ ጋፊን ብራ አጀ kana kallat kana akkata kana sine kana ወደንዳ አንተ ትርት ይላል አከምትሉፍ ኮንሱመር ፕራይስ ኢንዴክሱ ካልኩሌት እናደርግ ምንድነው ፎርሙላ ምንድነው ተጠቀም ነው የሚለው you must have to see more በደንብ ይዩት። Okay, question number 13. An increase in money supply cause A. Interest rate falls, investment spending rise, and aggregate demand rise. B. Interest rate to rise, investment spending to rise, and aggregate demand to rise. C. Interest rate to rise, investment spending to fall, and aggregate demand to fall. D. Interest rates to fail, investment spending to fail, and aggregate demand to fall. So the answer is A. Let us see explanation. An increase in money supply cause interest rates falls and investment spending to rise and aggregate demand also rise. So the answer is A. Let us see question number 14. For monopoly or oligopoly to exist, there must be barriers to entry such as government. A. Government regulations. B. Control over necessary raw materials. C. Economic of scale of production. D. All. So the answer is D. All. Let us see explanation. For monopoly, a barriers to be economic, legal, and technological. It is for also oligopoly. A barriers to maybe include economic of scales, legal, and the control of strategic input. So the answer is all. Question number 15. Suppose a firm operates in perfectly competitive market with total cost of function TC equal to 1 over 3 Q square minus 5 Q square plus 20 Q plus 50. Then find shutdown price. The answer is B. እንዴት እንደመጣ ነው። Price is equal to 4 birr. What is given? TC is equal to 1 over 3 Q cube minus 5 Q square plus 20 Q plus 5T. The firm produced at price equal to marginal cost to maximize its profit is 3 over 3 Q square minus 10 Q plus 20 minus 4 equal to 0. ስለዚህ when factorizing this Q square minus 10Q plus 20 factorizing come Q square plus minus 8Q plus 20Q plus 60 is equal to 0. So 8 can be 0 or Q is equal to Q minus 2 is equal to 0. So Q is equal to 8 or Q is equal to 2. Q1 equal to 1, 8 unit, Q2 equal to 2 unit. The profit Q equal to 2 is lower, so it is not a profit maximizing quantity. So we use or we take profit Q1 is equal to 8. So the shutdown price for the firm is the firm minimizes total loss by shutdown. Thus, price is equal to ABC is shutdown point for the firm. P is equal to ABC, which is equal to BC over cube, which is this when we can 1/3 times 8 square minus 5 times 8 plus 20, which is equal to 1.33. So price shutdown B ነው ማለት ነው። Question number 16. All of the following are characteristics of imperfect market except one. If there is a full information. B. If a firm is price maker. C. If a product are differentiated. D. If assumptions of the perfect market is violated. ሁሉም ሁንዱ ፐርፌክት ማርኬት ባህሪያት ነው አንዱ ግን አይደለም ነው ሁንዱ ፐርፌክት ማርኬት አማሎተ ፐርፌክት ማርኬት imperfect market iti ወገሩ to committee. So the answer should be A, because let us explanation. The characteristics of imperfect market are there is no full information full information የላቸውም ማለት ነው። A firm is price maker and all products are depreciated. Assumption of the perfect market is violated or existence of selling cost. Free entry and exit of firm. There are large number of sellers in the market. ስለዚህ ምርጫ ላይ ተቀረበው እውነተኛ ያልሆነም ኤ ነው ማለት ነው። full information ያላቸው imperfect markets. So ከራሳቸው imperfect market እዚህ ላይ የተዘረዘ explanation ዝር የተዘረዘሩትን በደንብ እዩት። አማሎን imperfect market explanation አስርት በራይር ዋን ታይፍ ስርትላላ ደቢን አታቸው ማለፊ full information imperfect market ከሰጥንጅር ዋን ታይፍ. So let's have question number 7 now. A firm is perfectly competitive market produce where profit maximized. B. Price equal to marginal cost. C. Marginal revenue equal to marginal cost. D all. So the answer is D all. Let us explanation in now. To maximize its profits, the firm produce quantity where marginal cost equal to marginal revenue, which is price that is the firm faces. So perfectly competitive firm always produce where P is equal to price is equal to marginal revenue, which is equal to marginal cost. So all are answer. Question number 13. An increase in money supply cause A. Interest rate falls, investment spending rise, and aggregate demand rise. B. Interest rate to rise, investment spending to rise, and aggregate demand to rise. C. Interest rate to rise, investment spending to fall, and aggregate demand to fall. D. Interest rates to fail, investment spending to fail, and aggregate demand to fall. So the answer is A. Let us see explanation. An increase in money supply cause interest rates falls and investment spending to rise and aggregate demand also rise. So the answer is A. Let us see question number 14. Question number 19. A type of unemployment in which workers are in between jobs or are searching for new and better jobs is called blank space unemployment. A. Frictional. B. Cyclical. C. Structural. D. Turnover. So the answer is A. Frictional unemployment. Let us explanation. There are three types of unemployment. Unemployment አይነቶች ሶስት አሉ። unemployment ከነን ጀኑ ጎሰሪ ይችላል። Cyclical unemployment structural unemployment and frictional unemployment. In cyclical unemployment, it results due to absence of vacancy. Vacancy stuff occurs when there is not enough aggregate demand economy to provide jobs for everyone who wants to work. ሁለተኛው structural unemployment ነው. Occurs when labor market is unable to provide jobs for everyone who wants to work. Means there is mismatch between skill of the employment workers and skill of necessary for the jobs available. ሶስተኛው ምንድነው? unemployment ሶስተኛ አይነቱ So the third type of unemployment is frictional unemployment. The time spread between jobs when workers is looking for a job or searching better jobs and transitions from one job to another. So the answer is A, frictional unemployment. Question number 20. Select the correct sequence of the market structure from most to least competitive based on information below. Perfect competition, oligopoly, imperfect competition, poor monopoly. ከሞስት ወደ ሊስት ከብዛት ከሞስት ኮመን ከሆነ ወደ ሊስት ማለት ነው። A perfect competition, poor monopoly, imperfect competition and oligopoly. B perfect competition, oligopoly, imperfect competition, poor monopoly. C oligopoly, perfect competition, imperfect competition, poor monopoly. D perfect competition, imperfect competition, oligopoly, poor monopoly. So the market structure from the most to the least competitive based on the information which is for market type ተሰጣን። ስለዚህ correct answer is D. Let us explanation. The correct sequence of market structure from the most to least competitive is perfect competition, imperfect competition, oligopoly and poor monopoly. So the answer is D. Part 3 instruction part 3 fill the blank space or provided answer sheet ላይ መልሱ question number 1 a firm operates in a perfectly competitive market. The market price of its product is 4 birr and the total cost function is given by TC equal to 1 over 3 Q cube minus 5 Q square plus 20 Q plus 50 where TC is the total cost and the Q is output. A what the level of output should be firm produced to maximize profit or minimize loss. B determine the level of profit at equilibrium. Explanation now. What for A price is equal to 4 birr, TC is equal to given functions. The produce at price equal to marginal cost to maximize its profit. So when we calculated this one, Q is equal to 8 and Q is equal to 2 unit. Q at equal to 2 so lower, it is not profit maximizing quantity ማለት ነው Q1. So Q2 ስለዚህ Q1 እንወስዳለን Q1 maximize ያደርጋል ማለት ነው። So for A the output level equal to 8. For B the level of profit at equilibrium የሚለው TP is equal to TR which is equal to 4 times 8 minus given equations functions which is equal to minus 28.67. This is approximately minus 29. Question number 2 Consider the following hypothetical economy for country X. There are a given 1/6. So based on the data in the above table, calculate gross domestic product using expenditure approach and gross net product and also net export. ስለዚህ we use this information that given in a table and calculate for A, for B, for C. So let us do this solution for this given question for A, for B, for C based on given this table information. Based on the data in above, calculate for GDP using expenditure approach, GNP, gross net product and net export. Solution for A, gross domestic product is equal to personal consumption plus gross investment plus government composition and consumptions plus net export of goods and service. So personal consumption is 45,000 and the gross investment is 6,000 and the government consumption is 2,600 and also net export goods service is equal to export minus imports. So the answer should be gross domestic product is equal to 38,600. Question for B, gross net products calculus እናደርግ እንዴት ነው? gross domestic gross net product is equal to gross domestic product plus net factor income. ግን net factor income እንዴት እናገኛለን? income from abroad minus payment to foreigners. So gross net product is equal to 38,600 plus 2,000 minus 11,000, which is equal to gross 38,600 minus 9,000, which is equal to 29,600. For C, net export እንዴት እናገኛለን? Net export is equal to export value minus import value. So it is equal to 30,000 minus 8,000, which is net export equal to minus 50,000. Question number 3, a firm operates perfectly competitive markets, which is given in question number 1. Plus market product is for birr and total cost function is a given TC, where 1/3 cube minus 5 cube square plus 20 cube plus 50, where TC is equal to total cost and cube output. Find TC, TR and TC and also the minimum price required to firm to stay in the market. So first we must have to calculate for TP and TCR and also output level calculate ማድረግ አለብን ማለት ነው። So for A, TCR is equal to 4 times 8, which is 32, and TC is equal to 1/3 cube 1/3 times cube in place of 8 cube minus 5 times 8 square plus this one, which is equal to 60.67. For B minimum price 1.33 ይመጣል ማለት ነው። Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget like, subscribe, share Aliyi Science YouTube channel. Subscribe my channel, which is so called Aliyi Science YouTube. Thank you again. We will come back with other exam. Thank you until that. Good time for you.